For centuries, mankind has wondered if we are really alone, or if there is something else out there in the cosmos that we have not yet discovered, or perhaps that something will someday come, or were they already here. Many scientists dedicate their entire lives to answering this great question. With astronomical and technological advances, other planets have been discovered outside the solar system that could be habitable. Incredible, isn't it? Giving the possibility of giving answers to the big question we all want to know: are we alone? If you like to believe in a universe full of possibilities, surely you've thought about whether humanity is really all alone in the universe, whether there is a life beyond our planet, and if so, where? Or is there nothing beyond? Are we unique? Therefore, we will explain everything we know from any point of view, both believers and skeptics, so you can draw your own conclusions. Now then, some past theories that gave rise to the big question. As we have mentioned, humanity clearly has a curiosity to know if we are alone or not in the universe. Therefore, in the 17th century, it all started with Galileo and his telescope, when he opened the window to a new world by observing the moon. At that time, upon seeing the lunar spots, Galileo believed that there were possible oceans of water. However, we now know that there are formations of dark basalt caused by ancient volcanic eruptions. In fact, the Scottish science professor and surgeon Thomas Dick made a calculation, or rather a census, in 1848 to estimate the number of extraterrestrials in our solar system. To do so, he based it on the density of the extrasolar population, taking as a reference the number of inhabitants in England per square mile, deducing that there would be 22 million inhabitants in the solar system. In 1870, the astronomer William Herschel had the theory that the red planet Mars, there would be extraterrestrials taller than humans, because the gravity is less than that of the Earth because it is smaller. What would you have believed? Another theory from earlier times is that of the philosopher Immanuel Kant, indicating that the intelligence of extraterrestrials is proportional to the distance from the Sun. He said that the farther away a planet is, the more ingenious and advanced the civilization that inhabited it must be. As you can see, with the passing of time, our theories, even if they have been a bit absurd, have allowed us to learn, analyze, and obtain answers to initiate more realistic and reasonable approaches. Remember, even our ancestors believed that the Earth was flat. If so, where could we find extraterrestrial life? With the advance of time, technology has improved, and with it, astronomy and its studies, giving theories that now seem to have more sense and sustainability than the first ones of the founding fathers of the big question. One of the ways to find life should not only be on planets, but on moons that harbor oceans of liquid water such as Europa and Enceladus, the moons orbiting Jupiter and Saturn. The moons have water under the ice shell. It is believed that there is an internal heat source that keeps these waters in their liquid state, being released by hydrothermal vents or fumaroles. For example, on planet Earth, chemicals that dissolve in water around fumaroles serve to feed microorganisms, forming a food chain for marine invertebrates. This is where it is thought that if extraterrestrial life occurs in the oceans, the aerodynamic characteristics may be similar to species such as squid, sharks, or dolphins, to be adapted to move quickly to hunt or defend themselves from predators. Incredible, isn't it? Moreover, astronomers currently estimate that there may be more than 40 billion planets similar to our Earth in the Milky Way galaxy. Can you imagine? It is amazing. In fact, more than 3,800 exoplanets have already been detected in our cosmic neighborhood alone. So what are the clues to looking for life on other planets or moons? One way is to look for the presence of methane, which is produced by volcanoes, termites, cattle and other factors that combined with gases like oxygen and ozone would give a strong hint of life somewhere. But with such an immense Milky Way, where to begin? Since the success of the Kepler Space Telescope launched by NASA in 2009, the search for exoplanets has intensified. In fact, astronomers stipulate to find extraterrestrial life in the so-called zone of habitability, also called Goldilocks. To explain briefly, the habitability zone is the region around the star that is neither too close or hot nor too far away or cold. If we take as a reference our planet Earth, which is the habitability zone, any planet that offers the same conditions must be suitable to host life, including the level of radiation that can allow the presence of water in liquid state, certain rotation, and additional heat sources. Then you can imagine a myriad of planets similar to ours and understand the possibility that we are not alone. For your information, the closest exoplanet to Earth discovered so far is Proxima Centauri b, which orbits in the habitable zone of its star, revealing the high probability of finding life there. However, there is something we must take into account, and that is remoteness of Proxima Centauri b, which is 4.2 light years away, 40 trillion kilometers. So it would take us 75,000 years to get there with the space technology we now have. So how can we do it? As we try to discover other ways to get closer to the speed of light, there is a project called Breakthrough Starshot. It is an ambitious idea hatched in 2016 by Russian billionaire and physicist Yuri Milner. It consists of sending thousands of nanocraft or starships so small that they could be propelled with powerful lasers from Earth to reach 20% of the speed of light. This would make it possible to reach the planet in 20 years and another 4 years to send the data to Earth. Another theory or hypothesis in the case of intelligent life is to find extraterrestrials in black holes, including the supermassive hole at the center of the Milky Way. Imagine a universe full of possibilities, where a civilization billions of years older than humanity could have such advanced technology that it could have a high level of artificial intelligence, however, giving a valid support to confirming. Would you agree with it? Although, relatively recently, mankind began to search for answers to the big question, the physicist Enrico Fermi was a bit skeptical about it. In 1950, he posed the so-called Fermi Paradox, asking the question, where is everybody? It all boils down to the fact that, although our technology does not yet allow us to travel at the speed of light, there is such a vast and ancient universe where other intelligent life forms should have such advanced technology and intelligence that they can traverse the galaxy. If so, why is there so much silence in the cosmos? This would end up leaving aside the big question, why humanity is such a unique case that it would never happen again. However, thanks to the discovery of exoplanets over the past 2 decades, the terms of the Drake equation that asks itself, are humans unique and alone in the vast universe? This equation is a string of numbers that should one day indicate how many intelligent civilizations we can expect to find. Still, many of its terms are blank, as it is necessary to determine the fraction of planets with life and intelligent life, detectable technology, and other variables. The important thing about this equation is that it indicates that someday we may arrive at the great and unique answer: are we alone? However, there is one final theory that is quite open. What if there was a possibility that extraterrestrial civilizations have already been here in ancient times? A study by astrophysicist Jonathan Carroll Nellenbach, published by the Astronomical Journal, suggested that with hundreds of millions of planets in the Milky Way, the existence of intelligent beings is highly probable. However, since there is no record of it, he suggested that the exploration of the galaxy and possible visit to our planet by extraterrestrials may have occurred before the appearance of the human species on the planet. Furthermore, Carroll Nellenbach believes that if this possibility exists, extraterrestrial expedition and colonization effort would be carried out with stellar motion. This would indicate that a civilization will not move between planetary systems until the orbital trajectory of the planet from which they came is close enough so that of another planet with intelligent life. In other words, the extraterrestrials could have been here millions of years ago, or failing that, it could take millions of years for them to come. Although, One wonders where does our intelligence come from? Why did we evolve so different from other animal species? Previous civilizations allude to the sky and magical mythical beings that perhaps could have been extraterrestrials who taught us. We do not know. More questions than answers I know. But that's what it's all about. Exploring, discovering and learning from a vast universe. Thanks for watching this video. Follow me to get your daily culture dose.